sorry. We're trying to get people in a stream, and you know how digital stuff happens. But we have Alex here, Coquito, from the Midwest Marks podcast, trying to get B-Mac in here. Hopefully, we'll be able to get him in here soon. Alex, tell people how you're doing.
I'm doing well. Good afternoon. Hello. Good night, and welcome. Kiki. I'm Alex Coquito, all the way from Puerto Rico.
I love that. I wish we could see you, but I can actually see your face. But it's all good. No worries. We're going to work through this. Before we get started, though, people, just don't forget to follow BMAC at Milano_mob and follow Alex Coquito at Coquito_Alex on Twitter. Welcome, Anna. Welcome, Courtney. So we have a lot to talk about, people. If you're in the room, don't forget to hit like. All Out, and of course, we lost him. I'm just gonna run, people. We're having a lot of technical difficulties tonight, so I'm just gonna run this show. I hope BMAC and I hope that Alex can get back in. Here we go. Yeah. We lost you for a minute.
I'm back. Let's go.
You're back. So let's go. So All Out. We got to talk about All Out. And what I wanted to do is, hey, Bobby, Brandon's in the room, but he's not on. BMAC, I do not see you in the little area where the speakers come in through. So you got to try that stream and see if it lets you in through there. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to do. BMAC, if you can't get in, you're going to have to, hey, Gabby, you're going to have to put it in the chat, and I will make sure to put it on the screen so people see what you're saying. We're going to talk about All Out. I wanted you guys to pick your two favorite matches of the night and your favorite moment, because let's be honest, I feel that this was one of AEW's best pay-per-views, if not the best pay-per-view. It was jam-packed with so much stuff. I can't even remember everything that happened because there was so much stuff going on. But
I did.
Right? So
I remember everything.
You remember everything? Great. So we're going to start with what you enjoyed. So let me know, what were the two matches you enjoyed the most? What was your favorite moment of the night? And BMAC, while we're here talking, put that in the comments.
I think my favorite two matches of the night was Eddie versus Miro and the tag match between the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks in a cage for the AEW Tag Team Championship belts, ladies and gentlemen, belts.
Yes.
I love saying that really loud.
Latinos!
Right. And my moment of the night, I think for me, was just seeing Bryan Danielson come out and really being himself. Just being himself and just coming out there and saying his stuff.
So I am not familiar with him. I know he's a big deal in WWE. What is like your favorite thing about him? Like, is it his character, his in-ring skill? What makes him someone that you like?
It's his relatability to people in general, because he's just a normal guy with a beard. He loves his mom, he loves his wife, he loves his kid. At the time he didn't have a kid. There's so many matches that he had. I mean, him versus Roman, the feud that the joining of the Wyatt family, the fact that he had a cage match with Bray Wyatt, had a concussion, continued the match anyway, and finished it. And to this day, he can tell you he doesn't remember the match. And that set him forward. It was just the fact that before I met Bryan Danielson, I met him in ROH as the American Dragon with CM Punk and Samoa Joe and Kazarian and all these other high flyers and veterans. And knowing that list, that crop of people that – think about it this way. I'll say it like this. 2013-14, the Authority sucked. Brian was the linchpin that made everything great again. He was the purpose that said wrestlers can be this small and this fast and this violent and this aggressive and not be like Roman Reigns, muscular with tattoos all over his body, because Daniel doesn't have a tattoo on his body. Not one. Not one.
Really? I didn't. He was wearing full clothes, so I couldn't tell. This is awesome. I didn't know anything about him. I just knew that people loved him and that it was like a humongous pop. And I'm here like, well, if people are excited, then I can't wait to see what's coming. That double drop is beautiful.
Of course, because it harks back to when he was in ROH. Like people that or when you talk to people that love WWE or love wrestling, and when they talk about Daniel Bryan, they'll either say, I love Daniel Bryan, or I love Bryan Danielson in WWE because he was Bryan Danielson in WWE.
Right.
Now that he's out, it's time for the American Dragon to come back. And the American Dragon was vicious. You thought Samoa Joe was bad on a bad day? Hold his beer and let Bryan come in and destroy. Because he can have 60-minute matches like Punk, like Joe, like Kazarian. He can have those matches. I mean, he had a brain injury, fixed it, and his first match, he landed right on his head. He kept up and kept going. That's determination. That's wrestling. Because he said it in his interview, I love wrestling, not sports entertainment, just wrestling. So that's why I like him. And let's not excuse the fact that Ruby Soho's here. Ruby Soho's in AEW. It's awesome. I want to hear your thoughts on Ruby Soho coming in, if you've heard about her or your expectations.
So Ruby Soho, I started to look her up because I kept hearing, whispers that she's going to be the Joker. She's going to be the Joker. And I was pretty impressed. I was like, okay, I think she has something to bring to the table. But when it was her versus Thunder, and of course, obviously, I think it's too soon for Thunder to go for the belt, because I believe she's the one that's going to dethrone Britt Baker at Revolution next year. But
agreed.
Thank you. Yes. But my heart hurt a little when Thunder got thrown out, but I get it. It was a big pop for Ruby. It made sense. She's being signed. They're going to give her a chance at the belt that she's not going to win, but it's still going to be a great match, through and through. So I think that was the way to bring her. And I just want to see more of her. Like I've been telling people, like with all the new additions that have come into AEW, the one that has yet to impress me is Malachi Black. And I know that's a very unpopular opinion, but see, there we go. Because people keep saying to me, oh, you've never seen him wrestle. You got to go back and watch what he used to do. And I'm like, well, can he still do that? Because all I've seen him really doing is throwing some really awesome kicks. Don't get me wrong. But I haven't seen him like combo anyone. I haven't seen anything that's gotten me out of my seat or anything that's going to make me say, oh, shit, this guy, like for real, this is why they signed this guy. Now, I feel that way about Bryan Danielson just from watching him come out and do the drop kick that he did. I'm like, oh, that was smooth, but I haven't seen anything yet from Malachi Black that has made me say, yeah, this guy was a good sign.
I have to respectfully disagree. Of course, I didn't know Malachi Black until I saw him in NXT when he came in and had the great feud with, now we don't talk about Velveteen Dream, and had the great feud with Johnny Gargano and everyone else. It was, his style is not, remember, he's a kickboxer and a kick fighter. That's his first bread right off the bat. He kickboxes and then he wrestles first. He's 19 years experience as a wrestler and as a kickboxer too at the same time. And his style is more pancreas style, more blood sport style, more like hardcore. You go to the back of a bar and see that guy fight style. That's always been his style. So for him, it's about entrance and moments. That's his style. His entrance, when he comes in, black, fade the black, fade the black, fade the black, and he's different positions. That's showing the lore of his tattoos, because his life, his wrestling is based on his skin, based on, I mean, the skin of his tattoos or what he puts on, or the spiritual. And I love, by the way, that
The
Lilith.
stream dropped. The stream dropped
That's
for like
okay.
2 minutes.
Yeah. I do like the fact of the way that Malachi Black has the woman Lilith on his back, and it just represents how evil he is. Against the fight between Dustin Rhodes this Friday, I think it was.
Yeah.
It showed that he's an evil, sadistic son of a bitch. Pardon my language. I just wanted to point it out for the fact that he could have finished Dustin in any time. Throughout the whole match, he could have finished it in less than a minute.
It's
but
true.
in storyline wise and continuity wise, he said it himself. I'm not gonna go fast. I'm gonna take my time. I took my time with Lee Johnson.
Yeah, he did.
I destroyed Brock Anderson. I'm gonna take my time with you. And sure enough, in 2 weeks, it's the match between him and Cody. So obviously they're just setting it up that he destroyed the whole Nightmare family. And next week, Cody comes out.
I'm gonna be there.
Oh, good. You're gonna see a lot of people boo Cody. I know that much. Because he shouldn't come back.
You think he shouldn't come back?
No.
I don't know if you saw my tweet on social media, but I was so not happy with the card that we're getting for this Dynamite that's coming up. I feel like the Queen's Dynamite is gonna get the best card, and I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt because New Jersey had Blood and Guts coming in 2020, and the pandemic hit, and here we are. And I feel like we're getting, except for the Cody versus Malachi, because I feel there's a story there. I think like all the other matches are like pure filler. But it's all right. Going to AEW for the first time.
I can disagree on one of the matches because let's look at the fact that they haven't announced this yet, but I'm predicting this. Eddie versus Miro 2 for September 22nd.
But that's not where I'm gonna be.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what happened.
See, but I don't care. I don't care about what happened in Queens.
No, but there's gonna be a run-in. There's gonna be a run-in with Miro and Kingston because they continue the storyline. And and if you notice, I love Easter eggs in AEW. One person on Twitter, I have to find out who this person was, bring up the fact she was Bulgarian. She bring up the fact of the nameplates. I said this on the podcast. The nameplates on Miro's belt. Mm-hmm. There's a mural called the Seven Labors, and it's a Bulgarian like folklore where this warrior has to do 7 labors in order to get to God in Bulgarian lore, right? Now, if you look at the history of his matches, he's destroyed all 6 people, but he cheated against Eddie. He didn't win the 7th labor. He just cheated the 7th labor. So that is a continuation that is going to keep going. And you're right. You know what? I'm going to be honest. This week of Dynamite is not going to be that great. I can say it. It's going to be a couple of good matches, but not so much to the point that I'm going to be excited. But of course, I'm always excited for the Midwest Marks podcast because we always got to, represent. Shout out to Eli and shout out to Mook.
Shout out to Eli and to BMAC, who has been unable to get in. And thank you, Alex, for representing for the Midwest Marks. I am going to have you guys back, and I obviously am going to have you guys all 3, hopefully, at one time. So this is not the end, and I appreciate it. You have so much knowledge about wrestling. I absolutely am enjoying this so much. My favorite match of the night was Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker, and of course, the Lucha Bros winning the tag champs. So Chris Statlander and Thunder Rosa are my top 2. Like, they're even to me. I love them both the same. They could do no wrong in my eyes. And I'm not getting either one of them next week. Yeah. And Proud and Powerful, I'm not getting them either. I'm not getting anybody that I wanted to see. So boo-hoo, woo-hoo, woo-hoo for me. But the Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander match was amazing. Chris Statlander's a fucking beast, and Britt Baker's the best female champ, in my opinion, they've had thus far, because she has the 3 things that I say every wrestler should have, and that is great promos, great character, and great in-ring style, like a fighting, great in-ring style fighting, great skills. With those 3, you have the perfect champ. You got yourself Britt Baker, perfect champ. You got yourself Miro, perfect champ. So you know what I mean? Like, that's why, even though I loved Hikaru Shida, she was missing promos. And I always used to say, let her drop them in Japanese. Let her drop her promos in Japanese. It would be a beast. But I digress. I digress. I digress. And of course,
You're not digressing. You're bringing a great point. That was Sheeta was at her best, but it was pandemic Sheeta. It was Sheeta just match after match after match after match after match, one promo, match after match after match.
exactly.
I love Sheeta, and now that Sheeta's turning heel, slowly but surely, I think all the Yoshi women are turning heel. Riho and
Yes.
Sheeta, and Emmy as the leader with Lulu Pencil as like the worker that sucks. But did you the moment of that match for me was the fact that OC Orange Cassidy, who never says anything, who never expresses any emotion whatsoever, is screaming at Chris Stanley there for get up, get up,
yeah, get in there, yep.
That was the pop for me. I'm like, holy crap. Because that storyline there for BTE and the vlog and all those people that are deep historians like me. But that match was good. But like I knew Chris Stanley's not going to be the champion until at least 2022. At least 2022.
After Thunder, I have Jade taking it, and then I have Chris Statlander taking it from Jade. Like I literally have planned the belt out into 2023. So.
They're respecting the belt. They're respecting the leniency because if you've noticed, Rio had the belt for almost a year. Sheeta had the belt for almost a year. Britt Baker is gonna have the belt for almost a year. The person that's gonna take it is Thunder Rosa because they already put the seed in there, and she beat Britt Baker in a unsanctioned match.
Lights out match. That was
lights out match, but they don't count it because it's unsanctioned.
I count it, damn it, because
exactly. So storyline. Yeah, because storyline wise, Rosigan said, I did beat you. You beat everybody in the division, but you never beat me. So we're going to do this for real, for the championship. And I think that's going to be probably like Full Gear or All Out next year. Probably All Out she'll lose.
All Out next year? That's
because she's holding it for a year. She's holding it past Full Gear. She's holding it past February. She's going to hold it until at least June. That's almost a year.
You think she's holding it past Revolution? I know that in May she'll make a year because she got it at Double or Nothing.
That'll be in May then. It'll be in May.
But I see it happening in Revolution, but I guess we're gonna have to revisit this conversation at Revolution when Revolution happens.
Of course.
I would love if it happened at Double or Nothing because from now I'm planning to go to that pay-per-view. So
that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome. And by all the other pay-per-views, the storylines of Hangman, the storyline of it. And by the way, did you notice this? This is a nice little Easter egg for anyone that loves wrestling. Whoever's had the TNT belt has never won more than 10. They've always gone farther than Check it out. First champion was Cody. He went to 9, lost to Brody. Brody got to 9, lost to Darby. Darby got to 9, lost to Miro. Miro got to 7, and he might lose to 8. So the championship is based on there's a curse that no one can ever defend it more than 10 times. Because for me, it makes me feel that this championship takes a little bit out of you every match and every match and every match until the point that you just can't go no more and the new person will take it. Miro's been dominant, but the 7th match that he had against Eddie Kingston showed that with a good strategy, with a good head fake, you can mess up Miro. And if you remember Miro's chest, it was just crimson purple, welted.
It looked like raw meat.
Exactly.
And that's what Eddie does. Eddie destroys your chest with those sick chops. The only other person I know that does chops that sick, I think, is Penta. Sean Spears is pretty sick with them too.
True. And Lance Archer too. Lance Archer does some good chops. Paul White does some good. Paul White does good chops. He did it. Let's continue on. If I may.
You may.
Can we talk about the crap match between Paul White and freaking and QT? It was a crap match.
Marshall. Go ahead.
Yeah, or QT Marshall, as Mook calls him. Shout out to Mook again. You know.
Absolutely. Let him know. B-Mac, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that B-Mac couldn't get in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about Paul White.
Yeah, please. That was a waste of a match. I know why they did it. Because remember, before that, it was Punk versus Darby. So you need a cool down round. You need a bathroom break. But then you did it for 3 minutes. That's it? Just 3 minutes? You bring up the storyline of the Gun Club and the Gun Sons, and you bring up the fact that they attacked Paul White, but they didn't come out on pay-per-view. Why? That's the only point I hate it. If you could have turned Billy Gunn and the Sons heel, and they have a legitimate reason why, they're all undefeated. All three of them have, no, except for Austin Gunn. Colton Gunn is undefeated. Billy Gunn has only lost once, and Austin Gunn has only lost once. But Colton Gunn has been like 25-0. And they have not gotten one championship title or one tag team title. So legitimately, they can be like, you know what? We're pissed. Screw this crap. We're like, why does Paul White get a match at a pay-per-view? We can't even get a match on a freaking card. You know, if they do that. I don't know if they do so. But your thoughts on this match, please, because this was just, ugh.
I was probably one of the people that didn't care to see Paul White wrestle ever again. But I actually like QT Marshall. I think he's underrated. I think he needs a little more experience with his character. But as far as his in-ring style, as far as promos go, I mean, if people don't watch BTE, they really aren't going to get a lot of that. But as far as those things go, I liked QT Marshall. Was this a waste of space as far as you are saying? Yes. This match shouldn't have happened. I agree with you. And, you know, I'm a big lover of AEW, but I just could not understand the reasoning for this match. The match that I wanted didn't happen, which was Pac versus Andrade. We'll be seeing that this Friday.
That was COVID. You know how it goes. Yeah, but if you remember the promo they would talked about that was really funny. Since let's just get away from this dirt thing called QT Marshall or Cutie. The promo that Andrade did, Alex Marvez was there. Oh, you know, once again, Pac has been delayed because of flight issues. Oh, hey, assistant, did you cancel the flight? No, Chavo. And Chavo looks left real good, like, Chavo, did you cancel the flight? No, I don't even know what American Airlines flight there was. Get on! You're ratting yourself out!
He totally did. I love the way that did that.
But it's good.
I love the way it's good. Who you got winning?
That's actually a coin flip because I'm thinking they're going to continue the storyline that Lucha Brothers are going to separate from Pac and go with Andrade. I think they're going to do that eventually. But for now, I think it's going to be Andrade. He needs to win. Pac has too many wins. And at the fact of it all, Andrade has been here for 3 months and he's only had one match.
Yeah.
It's about time
and that match was good. Yeah, that match was good.
It was good, but only one match though? Come on.
I know. And he's just been doing a lot of promos. They've been setting him up. And he's really good in the ring. My husband hasn't really seen much of him, but yeah, he's good. He is good in the ring. And I don't want him to be wasted, you know. But I also don't want Death Triangle to break up. I like having the Bastard Pack with the Lucha Bros. It's a nice mix. It's not the usual Tres Latinos, you know, like it's a nice little menagerie of people. And if you put Andrade as the leader of the Lucha Bros, I've seen that. You know what I mean? Like I've seen this before. I've seen 3 Latinos together before. I kind of want to see something new. And I like their chemistry. It just goes. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to happen, Maddie. So just prepare yourself. So I'm prepared, but do I want it to happen? No. But now that the Lucha Bros was able to get the belts without Pac, I feel like this is going to give Andrade more fire to say, see, you don't need him. But yes. All out, all in all was amazing. B-Mac says he has so much to say. I'm having issues getting him in. He just can't get in. So I don't know what's happening, y'all.
I have one thing to say though. What's your thoughts on the Punk and Darby match? Because I've seen it 3 times now, live, the day after, and yesterday. So I have a different thought. But what's your thought first?
So you were there live? Oh, that's
no. I saw it live. I remember I live in Puerto Rico, so I saw it live from Puerto Rico.
Oh, got you. Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. I think that CM Punk hasn't gotten all his juice back yet because he had those 7 years, and he admitted he hadn't been doing any wrestling in 7 years. So he's a little bit rusty, in my opinion. And I know we didn't see everything that he has to offer. I feel like with 2 or 3 more matches, we're going to get some of that old CM Punk back. But I actually enjoyed the match. Was it pay-per-view caliber worthy? No. I feel like no, but I feel like because it was CM Punk, because it was his return, because it's CM Punk, like I don't even know how to not like the pop that man got. It lasted through a commercial break, and when we came back, they were still chanting. It's insane. So obviously, not debuting Punk's first match at a pay-per-view would have been a disservice to the accumulation of grandeur that he's had since he returned to wrestling, right? So that's what I think. I think the match in itself was Dynamite worthy. However, I cannot imagine them debuting him anywhere else but a pay-per-view.
True. My thoughts on this match is simply put, my thoughts on this match is this. It was a good match. It was a good storyline match. People tend to gloss over that. You're going to fight Darby Allin. That guy is the Energizer Bunny dipped in the speed of the Speed Force. This guy will go and go and go. So what you do is you ground and pound him. You do headlocks. You do submissions. You do everything else. The jump that Darby did, the coffin drop that he did to Punk, and he just stood up like the Undertaker and laughed at him, was funny as hell. And also in the beginning of the match, when they gave a shout out and a homage to Bret Hart versus the 1-2-3 Kid, when Darby did the arm drag, the camera went straight to Punk, and Punk just did like, oh, look at that, and he smiled, just like Bret Hart did back in '95 against the 1-2-3 Kid. That was storyline telling, ladies and gentlemen. No one's saying that. People are like, oh, they should have put him in a tag match. He should be in tag matches for 3 or 4 months. He's CM Punk. You're diluting his name by putting him in a freaking tag match. What's great about this match is that it showed that Punk can still go. His counters to the GTS was magnificent. All 3 of them.
It was great.
And guess what's happening now, which is something great that's happening. On Wednesday, we find out that Punk's new line of people is Team Taz.
Woo! Yes.
It's Hook. It's Starks, not at this moment, because Starks has to finish with Cage. But Hobbs versus Punk. Hobbs versus Hook, which, ladies and gentlemen, good or bad match, it's going to show and highlight Hook, which is something that people have been calling for a long time. Taz himself, I've seen little videos. Hook can go. It's like watching a little mini Taz.
Really, I haven't seen anything.
It's been like little clips in Taz's Twitter on his promo. Like he's showing little clips of his son. He has the same like ferocity as Taz, but he doesn't have the same voice. Not the voice. He's getting there.
No.
Yeah, and at the same time, you gotta remember, Taz grew up in fucking New York in the '90s. That motherfucker's hardcore. His son grew up rich and privileged. Yeah, he looks like a street guy, but Hook is the guy like, I went to college. I went to a good degree. Like, no, you're not Taz. Taz couldn't even say that on a bad day. Okay? Taz would say, I beat the shit out of people. I never lost to anybody, and I'm the best.
There you go.
Don't infringe on my colors. That's what he always says. But I'm hoping for this. He does all the time. Like and everyone who loves AEW Dark or AEW Elevation, which we do cover in the Midwest Marks podcast on Anchor, Podbean, and YouTube, we always send the fact that Taz, exactly. Thank you very much, Squishy. That at the same time, you have to remember, Taz has 3 things in life that he loves. He loves his money, he loves his Team Taz, and he loves that he can catch people trying to copy his colors, and he calls infringement on that shit. Always. That's right. So Punk versus Hobbs, Punk versus Hook, Punk versus Stark for the next month. Yes, please. And that separates Punk from Kenny. That separates Punk from Brian. That gives other new people chances to go on their own path. Yes. People are not saying that.
How elevated will they be after they've wrestled with CM Punk? Look at Darby had the whole audience chanting for him too. It was great for Darby. It wasn't a loss for Darby going up against CM Punk. This was a win for Darby. And that's what's going to happen to everybody else that goes against CM Punk. When Hook debuts against CM Punk, Hook is already going to be a star because he debuted against CM Punk. Your opponent can make and break you. So having a great opponent is amazing. So this is
Yep.
anybody who goes up against CM Punk, Adam Cole, and Bryan Danielson right now, if they're not already over, they're gonna eventually get over. Unless it's a squash match.
It.
Then you're fucked.
Exactly. and you're fucked hard. And then that's the way it's supposed to be. All these new guys are not here to shine. All these new guys are here to elevate someone else.
Thank you.
Difference between the sports entertainment and the wrestling company.
Yes, a Hobbs versus CM Punk. You're in my head, I'm like, CM Punk's gonna die. But we all have seen little dudes win against big dudes. And I mean, Riho is like the smallest person in all of AEW, and she was a champ for a year. So there you go.
Look at Layla Hirsch. Look at Layla Hirsch, who's smaller than freaking Riho. And she suplexed the crap out of people in the Battle Royal. Can we talk about the Battle Royal? Because I gotta talk about that. It for me, I'm gonna say this real quick, 1 minute less than that. It was a cluster of a match because every person came out, had their music, and they got cut every 10 seconds, so no one could really shine. It kept going back to the ramp and back to the stage. Why the hell did Riho get eliminated? She never went over the rope, but apparently they said that she was eliminated. Storyline wise, yeah, you notice that too. She went to the middle rope. She never went to the top. And at the end, Rio's eliminated. Like, when the fuck did Rio get eliminated? What? Okay, I guess for her, middle rope and top rope. All right, fine. That's cool.
That's her heel turn.
Exactly.
She's gonna come out little Riho in black and red instead of pink and white. It's over.
What they didn't do is what they should have done is that they should have highlighted Hogan. They should have highlighted Kiera Hogan. They should have highlighted Sky Blue. They should have highlighted Tay Conti. But Kiera Hogan was only in there for 1 minute, 10 seconds. That's it. From the second she got into the ring until popped out. Sky Blue was there for only 4 minutes. That's it. So you only put it for 4 minutes? Come on. I know you got a storyline to do. I understand that. But why the hell would Tony Khan come out the week before and say, hey, Sky Blue, you want to join the Battle Royal? Just to get in there for 4 minutes and not get any of your moves? Come on, guys.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, and I love Sky Blue. I've seen her live. I met her. She's awesome. And she's definitely, every time I see her, she's improving. So Sky Blue is one to watch out for. I mean, no lies there. I feel for her, regardless of it having been only a 4 minute experience, because she was able to be in a pay-per-view event of this magnitude, I think she would have taken it no matter what. And I think it's great for her. Anybody who hasn't heard of her or seen her definitely knows who she is now. So in the end, yes, I agree with you. Both her and Kiera Hogan, who I feel is getting signed, should have definitely gotten more time in the ring. Yes, 100%. I agree with you. Kira's been on a lot of squash matches, and this girl can go. So she needs to have that match. Maybe they'll put her up against Diamante. You never know.
That would be nice.
Wrestle her girlfriend.
Yes.
You know, I've seen people like sisters and people who are related and people who care about each other go against each other, and they go harder than anyone.
Of course.
So
of course,
that would be an interesting match.
All these people coming in, you got all these new people coming in. They have to it's not even about the women. They have to showcase. Someone in the chat bring this up. You just hired Lee Moriarty. Showcase his ass.
Yes.
You got Daniel Garcia. Showcase his ass. You got Bear Country back. Showcase his ass. You're already showcasing Dante Martin. Dante Martin has a 17-5 record. He's good. He's fine. Darius Martin though. Darius Martin, his brother, when he comes back, they put if he's good and ready, put the rocket on his ass and let him go to the top and see where it goes. Because guess what? You did it to the younger brother, so it's only fair you do it to the older brother. It's only fair. That's it.
Fair. I mean, he has a big injury. That's an ACL. He has a lot of recovery to do. We probably won't see him till next year. But I love that they're elevating.
No, he's coming back in a month. He's coming back in a month. In a month. Yes. Yup. That's what I'm saying. They keep talking about him in commentary and elevation and dark. Like he's coming back in a month.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I just love Dante though. Dante has shown people that age ain't nothing but a number.
Nope.
Because this boy is in that ring like he been wrestling for 10 years. Like it's like every
Which is
time
weird, right?
You know what? I hate to say that some people have natural talent because that takes away from all the hard work that wrestlers put into their, craft. But there are some people that just have just a little bit of that natural thing that when you flower that seed, it just boom.
True.
So, I feel like, yes, I'm sure he's worked very hard on his craft, but I am sure that he got it faster than other people because the way that he flows and combos, jumps in the air, he's very Mark Quinn to me. Like Mark Quinn is another one. Like he does things.
He's the Pokemon evolved version of Mark Quinn. First off, Mark Quinn ain't got nothing on Dante Martin. Did you see the last match he had against? I think it was on Dark. He did a missile dropkick that was so freaking high. I said on the podcast, it was a satellite dropkick. He went up and angled like downward. Yep, yeah, like an Akuma kick. Oh my God!
He's like, oh shit, I flew too high. Yeah.
Yup.
Yes.
That was, like I said, Quinn has not done that. Not even close to that. No, I've always said this in the podcast though. Dante Martin, I love you as a wrestler. Tone it down just a bit. You don't want to get an injury out of nowhere before you hit 21. You don't have to like the drop kick, fine. The jump over stunner, fine. But don't do anything crazy because you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't. Look at Anna Jay from training 9 months. Darius Martin, almost a year. He's coming back in a month. You gotta be smart. Take your time. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
You have this whole future. Like, don't fuck it up now. But yeah, he can do so much without having to do I think the outside of the ring stuff, he should save it for like big shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Big shows. All right. So I just want to tell people that are here, I usually put your chats on the screen, but because my thing is acting up, I haven't been able to put anybody's comments on the screen. I see them. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Bobby, No Neck Bone Tone, Courtney, Anna, Joseph's in the room. All of you guys that always show up, Terrell, and I really appreciate you guys. I just can't. We're having technical difficulties today, but we're having a good time, so this is great. Really quick, talk about Dynamite.
Of course.
Yeah. There was Dustin Rhodes versus Malachi Black. We already spoke about that. John Moxley had a match. Ruby Soho against Jamie Hayter. And there was a trios match, which I'm probably going to end with that today because it's going to be the question of the night regarding the trios match that happened. Ooh. It's a new thing that I'm doing, which is why I'm sad that BMAC isn't here for it. But I'm starting tonight. I will end every show with a question of the night. So John Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki. So you know what?
Wait, first off, before you start, did you get the stats for him?
For who?
For Suzuki. I got him. 33 years experience, over 2,100 matches.
Wow.
Wanted to put that out there. And Moxley's only been training for 12 years, 16 years. Just wanted to put that out there for all the people that's listening in the chat. 2,100 matches in 33 years.
So Suzuki is 50, I believe.
Yes, just like Nagata.
Yes. So this is a man that is a veteran. So I agree with you. It is definitely a disservice to not mention his amazing career and all of the stuff that he has accomplished and is still doing really well at his age. Mm-hmm. I think this match was mostly for Moxley. It was because it was Cincinnati. He is home with a crowd for the first time, I believe, since AEW. I could be wrong.
I think so,
but I believe. Right. So if this is the case, and I feel like that's the case, they were doing this for Moxley. This was a homecoming. It was for him to dominate. And I wanted a little bit more, but I didn't realize how old Suzuki was when Moxley was wrestling him. And after I found out his age, I was like, oh, fuck, we got an amazing match because, usually he looks younger than what he is, people. So, congrats, Suzuki. But I actually would like to see another match with him. Like, I wouldn't want this to be the last time I see Suzuki because it wasn't everything that I wanted. So, but like I said, I feel like this was for Moxley. All in all, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Okay.
Is that fair?
My thoughts on this. No, that's a fair match because he got cut short. You can see that it got cut short because Suzuki was bleeding out of his right eye.
Yes.
He was just bad. And he doesn't care. That's Suzuki. He can literally lose an arm and he'll keep going. But for TNT standards, you got to cut that real quick because you don't want the sponsors getting mad. Right. It was kind of a disservice to cut it short for the match. Suzuki will come back. For all the people that really love wrestling, before the pandemic happened, there was supposed to be a Orange Cassidy versus Suzuki match somewhere in the Indies. Somewhere in the Indies, there was going to be an Orange Cassidy versus. So I hope it comes back. I hope OC fights Suzuki. So
that would be
with this,
excellent.
Yes, because Orange Cassidy is a low key hardcore wrestler. Exactly, but I love him. But we also have to mention that Lance Archer tweeted, I think about a couple hours ago, that he got mad that Suzuki lost, so he's going after Moxley next Wednesday. Straight up. I want to put that out there.
Shut up!
Yeah,
Shut up! Yep. We're getting Moxley versus Murdoch?
Archer. Yep. He's pissed because Suzuki is Archer Sensei. So you gotta defend your master.
This is the only match now.
Archer is Suzuki Sensei. I gotta flip that. I gotta respect that. Woo! Yeah. That's gonna be a good match. But all in all, this match is pretty good. It showed off Suzuki's talents. It showed off the fact that he's an evil man, and I want to see him again. I want to see him fight. I don't know.
Whatever he did with his hair, I love it.
There's so many possibilities if you think about it. There's so many possibilities Suzuki can go, and I mean, him against Darby, yes. Him against Sting, yes. Him against Kenny, yes. Him against Bryan Danielson because Bryan Danielson wants to go to Japan anyway, yes. Him against Punk, him against Cole, and then first off, I'm putting too much. Endless Cole, Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus, all these other people that can Garrison. No, you know what? No. My match I want to see Pillman versus Suzuki. Crazy versus Crazy.
You think so?
Pillman can go. From what we saw on Dynamite. I think it was Dynamite. No, Rampage. It was on Dynamite. We saw that Pillman, if you provoke him just enough, he can be like his dad. And that's what I want. And on Dark, he came out with a freaking pool cue and broke it on the ropes like a crazy person. Cass is like, oh, what the hell? Ah! Yeah.
See. I want to see the Varsity Blondes go heel. Because I am not feeling their character. I don't like it.
Dump Julia.
Thank you. Was I wrong? I have said from day one that I don't care for the Julia Hart addition to Varsity Blondes. And I don't, I just want them to change their character because what they do in the ring is actually really good. They really have a chemistry. They work really well together and they really are explosive wrestlers. So I don't want their character to take away from what skills they have and the promos that they've been dropping. I've just never been able to get into those characters. And when they added Julia Hart, the bow on her head, I just want to kind of rip it off her head. It just doesn't work for me at all. I'm take the bow off, put some fishnet stockings on her. She's not 12. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work for me at all.
It doesn't. I love that on Elevation, Bowens fought Garrison and Caster came out and, interfered. The last thing that Eddie Kingston said, because he, Bowens hit Garrison, then he left. Caster hit Garrison, then he went under the ring, and then 1, 2, 3, right? Eddie Kingston said this: Julia did nothing. Julia did nothing. Why are you there? From the botch that she had on Rampage, I think it was on Rampage or Elevation, that she almost broke the girl's arm. I think it was Reckless. Almost broke her arm, almost broke her knee. You need to train. You need to get her out of here and train somewhere else. She's not ready.
Yes.
She's not
ready. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. There are so many more women on this roster that are ready for Dynamite and Rampage. Put them on. Put Sheeta back on Dynamite. Stop putting Julia Hart on these shows. She should be on Dark and Dark only. Not even Elevation. She's not ready for it. That's how I feel.
True.
So I feel. Thank you, Courtney. Courtney says that Julia is annoying as hell. Hobbs versus Dante Martin was an amazing match. I did not think Dante was gonna win. I knew Hobbs was gonna win, but did you know? I feel that match got cut short because I think Hobbs got a little injured outside the ring. I saw his head double bounce.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yep.
And after that, he looked a little glassy-eyed. And even his power slam, which is how he finishes a lot of people, that power slam is thick. It wasn't as crazy and powerful as he usually does it. And I feel it's because he might have been a little from getting his head, knocked outside. But great match. Dante and Hobbs. I love it. I love it.
True. But shout out to Chelsea Green. If she comes out in the chat, they're saying shout out to Chelsea Green. She comes out. I don't know. Chelsea Green, I'm going to say this right. I'm going to say it like it is. Chelsea Green was good in Lucha Underground, and that's it. I'm sorry. That's all it. I'm sorry. I mean,
I watch a lot of indies wrestlers.
Yeah. No, I mean, I used to love Lucha Underground because it highlighted the women, like Ivelisse, and it highlighted Thunder Rosa. It highlighted all these girls, but her, she's great, but she's just freaking Cardona's girl. That's not the one. That's not the thing you want to come in AEW with. Oh, Chelsea Green. Oh, look at that. That's Pat Cardona's fiance. And she came out in that weird beer commercial. You know?
Yeah, I'm not feeling her. I'm not feeling her either. So I'm good. At this point, I'm okay if they hold off on adding any more people to the roster, except for Kiera Hogan. I want Kiera Hogan to get signed. And then
she already signed.
She already signed?
She's already signed. Yeah, she's already signed. And Sky Blue too, I think.
When did you find out?
From the T-Spiller B-Mac. That's what's up.
Fuck! And B-Mac is not in here. So I'm going to try to get B-Mac in on a special edition sooner rather than later because he has so much to say and I feel so bad that we were having technical difficulties today. Yeah. But let's move on to the last match. Yes, but you've been great, Alex. I'm so grateful that you were able to join.
Thank you so much, man. Kiki.
Coquito.
Yep.
I love that. So the trios match. You had Dark Order, Stu Grayson, Evo Uno, and John Silver going up against the Pinnacles, Sean Spears, and FTR. And the Pinnacle won. And at the end, Evo Uno was basically beating John Silver. Wait, I see a comment from Bobby. Will we ever see Tessa Blanchard show up at AEW? God, I hope not. Anyway.
Agreed.
I don't want her. She's a racist. Anyway, so at the end, Evo Uno jumped at John Silver, and it's a lot of discord going on in that faction. So this is the question of the night. Is Dark Order breaking up?
First off, they already have factions. The commentary is calling them Dark Order and Dark Order Wolfpack. So we gotta put that out there. Pretty funny, but still.
It is pretty funny.
It is pretty funny because it's kind of like the Wolfpack if you look at it from a perspective. Like the old guys on the left and the young guys are on the right. It's really weird. And that Excalibur said that, and I started laughing. I'm gonna say like this. I think yes. You know what? No. I'm sorry. No. Carajo con eso.
Carajo con eso. Rewind.
No. Exactly. It's a no. They're going to get to a point that they're going to explode and implode because Anna Jay was trying to get in there to stop them, but Ty Conti stopped her. So that might be the linchpin or the seed that makes them separate Ty and Anna Jay. But Anna Jay was legitimately trying to stop them from being so messed up. So if the rumors are true, and if the T-Spiller B-Mac is saying his T, which is usually 100% right anyway, it could be exactly. It could be that Bray's coming in. Bray's coming in to bring everybody together because we haven't seen -1 either. -1 is a key part of the story. Exactly. We haven't seen him in a while. And he's doing school. But at the same time, he can come in a storyline wise and say, "Hey, you guys are messing up. You're embarrassing my dad's like legacy. So I bring my uncle in to shape you up. Enter Bray Wyatt, and really go to the side that is because he loves -1 in real life, and he loved Brody
Yes.
like a brother. So it
Yes.
makes sense to continue on. Because if you're doing this storyline, Evil Uno's not going to be the leader. Obviously, no one's going to freaking respect them. So there has to be a higher power to bring them all
Must.
together.
It has
So
to
I
be
think no,
somebody, yeah, somebody else.
exactly.
It's so weird. After Hangman Adam Page did his look, I gotta run solo thing, that's when the Dark Order started having issues. As long as they had like a leadership role, they were able to keep it together, but without a leader, they're lost.
Yep.
So even though they're having their issues, I think they are going to temporarily split up. I do. And I do believe that somebody from outside, I think it could be Bray Wyatt, or it could be Hangman Adam Page coming back somehow after he wins the belt from Omega, which I don't even know if that's the story that's going to continue anymore, but I feel like it should, because we've gotten so
It is.
far. It has to end. There has to be a conclusion. But that was the question of the night. We're done. I am so grateful to you, Alex. Sorry, BMAC, for not making it. I am definitely going to have you guys back on, all three of you guys, Eli, Alex Coquito, and BMAC, because I can't just I love it. People, when you get a chance, please follow on Twitter. Follow BMAC at Milano_mob. Follow Alex on Twitter at Coquito_Alex. And please follow Eli. Do you know the Twitter handle for Eli? It's
I think
Midwest.
it's Midwest Kings 27.
There you go. So follow Eli at Midwest Kings
Oh,
27.
can I also say you can follow me on Alex Coquito on YouTube. I have a channel.
Yes.
I talk about Puerto Rican life, Puerto Rican politics, unbiased, and the way it's supposed to be said, without the bull crap. Stay healthy, stay happy, and always remember, if you can enjoy my journey, I can enjoy yours.
I love it. DM me the link to your YouTube, and I will put
Yes,
it in
ma'am.
the description tomorrow when I update the descriptions on this. So people in the descriptions, these links will be there. Make sure you subscribe to the Midwest Marks podcast on Anchor. And of course, if you don't know me, what are you doing here? No, thank you for coming. I appreciate y'all. Mind Werner, thanks for joining. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Top Rope Squishy. Don't forget, if you're in the room, hit that like. If for some reason you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the link in the description for merch. And once again, I just want to thank my guest, Alex. I want to thank you, BMAC, even though you weren't able to make it. We will get you guys on the show together. And thank you to everybody who joined. And as Squishtradamus always says, I'll be leaving you with a lot of love, a lot of peace, but above all, y'all, a lot of wrestling. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you. Bye.